We're back. Happy Wednesday, the 13th day of October, 2021. I am Dan Kuntz. It's Wednesday. It's Winning Wednesday. Yep, we're going to do it again, courtesy of our friends at Sun Basin Theaters. A couple of tickets to the VIP spot at the Gateway Cinema out there in Old Station. Of course, you know the VIP spot by now. 21 and over, because you can drink alcohol as you watch the movie. Big, comfortable chairs. They recline. They have the little pull-out table to put your food on. The only way to do a movie. The only way to do the movie. Sound system's incredible. Top flight stuff. If you're a movie person and you want to go to the movies and you don't want to pay, we'll take care of that. Winning Wednesday is back. A couple of tickets to the VIP spot, the lounge, and you don't have to use them this weekend. You have until May of next year to use them. So if you're the winner, you can hold on to this pass and say, hey, honey, we finally got that movie we want to go see. Let's go do it. You know the rules by now. It's one entry per email address. One entry per email address, please. Got to be at least 21. You got to be a VIP because it's the VIP lounge. You're all VIPs as far as I'm concerned. Employees of Solion Broadcasting, local telecommunications, and their immediate families are not eligible. Sorry, Tucker. And of course, if you don't enter, you can't win. That's maybe the most important rule of all. If you do not enter the contest, you cannot win the contest. Winner at ncwlife.com. It's email only. Winner at ncwlife.com. And at 10 o'clock this morning, going to draw a winner. And I'll notify the winner via email. Again, a couple of tickets to the VIP spot. You get in for free, and you get to watch movies in the theater. The only way to watch a movie in a theater in the VIP lounge at the Gateway Cinema. Winner at ncwlife.com. Looking forward to giving those away. I love Winning Wednesday. It's chilly. It's 39 degrees, but it's a lot warmer than it was yesterday at this time. We're going to see a little bit of a warming trend as far as the overnight lows are concerned. Afternoon high is going to be a little bit below normal until we get to the back half of the week. Forecast details are coming up. It was a chilly day yesterday. We only hit 53, well below what the National Weather Service was predicting. Our normal high this time of the year is 63. It was chilly. It was a cool day. And it's going to continue. I think the colors are really at their peak about now. The fall foliage looks spectacular, but you're running out of time to enjoy what Mother Nature has for us, and with her spectacular offerings this time of the year, I guess is the best way to put it. Forecast details are coming up. A lot of COVID-related news, I'm afraid, when we get to the headlines. As far as sports are concerned, the Seattle Kraken played their first ever game that actually counts in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, the gateway to Henson. They lost. They gave up 3 early goals. They came back and scored some goals, but they fell to the Golden Knights of Las Vegas 4-3. We'll have highlights. The Houston Astros are in the American League Championship Series for the 5th consecutive year. Highlights of that. But the Dodgers and the Giants will go to that 5th game. It seemed almost inevitable, didn't it? 5th game tomorrow in San Francisco. Highlights of that. Preview the preps, talk about preps, what happened last night in the world of prep. And in the back half of the program, it's time to start talking about Make a Difference Day. It is Saturday, October 23rd. Saturday, October 23rd, Make a Difference Day still is a going concern here in the Wenatchee Valley. And the 2 organizers who took over the Make a Difference Day committee, if you will, the actual nuts and bolts of putting the logistics all together. Barbara Harris and Mary Henson. I had a chance to visit with them at the Pybus Public Market a couple of days ago. We'll play that interview for you in the back half of the hour to get you ready to go to plant that seed for Make a Difference Day. Barbara and Mary, my guests in the back half of the program. 38 to 39 degrees, fairly clear. Let's go. Let's start our tour with our cameras around the valley. That is the cross camera, of course, pointed almost exclusively now to the East Wenatchee area, which of course continues to grow leaps and bounds. The entire Wenatchee Valley is growing leaps and bounds. The orchards are going away. The empty plots are going away. The housing developments are coming in, and not just in East Wenatchee, but in Sunny Slope and other areas as well. There's a good swath of East Wenatchee from our cross camera. We're still a ways from official sunrise at 7:17. So again, that camera is letting in more light than there's probably actually out there. In fact, today is the first day we have less than 11 hours of daylight, 10 hours and 59 minutes of daylight. To be specific, sunrise this morning 7:17, sunset tonight 6:16. Where are we off to? I don't know. Uriah gets to decide and I get to choose. Wow, awesome. It's got to be Lake Wenatchee. That's got to be Dirty Face. Looks like they got a little bit of snow up at the summit of Dirty Face. There was a little bit of spittles of snow on Stevens I-90, Snoqualmie Pass, they didn't get any snow. Of course, it's about 1,000 feet lower in elevation. Some light snow came down on Stevens Pass. We had some light rain overnight last night, about midnight, 1, 2 o'clock. Some light drizzle came down to the Wenatchee Valley. It came down in the form of snow in the upper elevations. It's not going to last very long. You won't have any problems getting over the mountain passes today. Somewhere down there is the Lake Wenatchee area. It hasn't gone anywhere. That's a stunning view from our Nanapoc Ridge camera number 3. We're off to see Cashmere from Steins Hill. You can plainly make out the golf course. You can see the Chelan County Fairgrounds adjacent to the golf course, and most of Cashmere is in view. But that reminds me, of course, they'll be closing the highway on Highway 2 in the Cashmere area as they continue to do the bridge replacement work. That 91-year-old bridge is going, well, it's gone, and they're putting in the new one, but they're going to be closing the highway on Friday night. We'll talk about that when we get to news. Heads up there. You're going to be zipped around on a little detour in the wee small hours. Good morning, Cashmere, pointed back towards Wenatchee Valley, and camera 4. That's is that the monitor camera again, or is that number 1? That's number 1 canyon, pointing back again towards East Wenatchee. That is just beautiful view. You can see Fred Meyer. Hello, Fred Meyer. Gorgeous view there, looking right back at the sunrise, which is not quite here yet, from our camera high and deep up number 1 canyon. And you just drive up 5th Street, and you just keep right driving on up 5th Street. And eventually, you'll run into that camera. But don't run into the camera, because we use it on a regular basis. Good morning to East Wenatchee once again. 7 minutes after the hour, we have a slide to show for you from the National Weather Service. They send these slides our way, and if they're pertinent, we throw them up there. And what we're talking about is the changes that are coming to wrap up the week. Now, today, tomorrow, and Friday, we'll have fairly normal temperatures as far as our overnight lows. Our afternoon highs are going to be finally climbing up to where they should be, and then we're going to go actually above our afternoon highs, but it's going to be a little cloudier and a little stormier on Saturday and Sunday. And again, light mountain snow is going to be, this looks like it's going to be a pretty significant year snow-wise up in the Cascades. So we had a little bit of light rain throughout the viewing area, depending on where you live. We didn't get much at all, really, here in the Wenatchee Valley. And we do have warmer temperatures because the clouds have increased. So that's put the blanket on the valley just a little bit. From the National Weather Service, here we go. 54 our high today. Again, we only hit 53 yesterday. Our normal high is 63, so lots of sunshine, a little on the breezy side, and 36 for the overnight low tonight. Pretty cool. We do it again tomorrow with some early morning frost. It burns off, melts off. 57 for the high on Thursday, a little bit warmer, but still below normal. 36 for the overnight low Thursday night. And then we're talking back to fairly normal temperatures. 59, close to 60 on Friday with a mixture of clouds and sun. There is a slight chance of some late afternoon rain on Friday into Friday night. I don't think it's going to happen. Saturday morning, chance of rain, warmer still. High of 65 will be above normal on Sunday with a high of about 64. Kind of unsettled on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as a couple of weak systems kind of slide in and slide out. So it's still going to be chilly today and tomorrow, but we'll be dealing with quite a bit of sunshine. And then the sun and the clouds are going to play a little tug-of-war on Friday and Saturday and Sunday, but the trade-off is the temperatures will warm back up to near normal and then above normal by Saturday and Sunday. So that's your forecast from the National Weather Service. 9 minutes after the hour, grab your cup of coffee and come back in 1 minute. We'll have your Wednesday morning headlines. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Kids are resilient. I just love their energy. They bounce back so quickly. I love the stories they tell. I love just their charisma, their character. I love to see that subtle smile that you pull out of a kid, you know, when you start talking with them about something they really like. I just love what I do, and I can't imagine I would be as happy doing anything else.
Hi, I'm current school board member Dr. Michele SANDBERG. As a physician and a veteran of the U.S. Army, I have learned how to lead and plan in times of crisis. And as a mental health professional, I recognize the increased needs that our students and staff have during this pandemic. I cannot overemphasize the importance of this election during this time of crisis, and more than anything, we need leadership right now. Please vote for me, Michele Sandberg, for Wenatchee School Board.
Few clouds, 39 degrees in downtown Wenatchee. We'll be in the mid-50s. Lots of sun, some windy conditions. We'll do it all over again on Thursday, a little bit warmer, and then warmer still on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and although not exactly balmy, with some passing showers for the weekend. And at 11 minutes after the hour, we begin with this. 4 new COVID-19 deaths have been reported in Chelan and Douglas counties, and 9 additional deaths on the books now from COVID in Grant County. The Chelan-Douglas Health District said on Tuesday its latest deaths in the month of September included 2 Chelan County women, one in their 80s and the other woman in her 60s, a Chelan County man in his 40s, and a Douglas County man in his 50s also had their deaths attributed to COVID-19. 2 of the people who died unvaccinated, one partially vaccinated and the other fully vaccinated. The 2 counties have now reported 115 COVID-19 deaths since the pandemic began. The Grant County Health District said its additional 9 deaths that they reported on Monday also all occurred in September, 8 of those involving people with underlying health conditions. 4 of the latest deaths were a Soap Lake men, one in his 40s, 2 in their 60s, and another Soap Lake man in his 80s. The health district said of the 9 latest deaths in Grant County, 7 were people who were unvaccinated and 2 who were fully vaccinated. Both health districts delayed the announcement of new COVID-19 deaths until the family has been fully notified and the death has been confirmed as caused by COVID-19 on the death certificate. Grant County now has 176 confirmed COVID-19 fatalities. While the rate of COVID-19 vaccination among healthcare workers continues to rise, hospitals could lose up to 5% of their workforce over resistance to vaccine mandates. Health workers statewide have until October 18th to become fully vaccinated, as Governor Jay Inslee has required in an executive order. However, a survey of the Washington Hospital Association finds that health centers are likely to lose staff over those mandates.
The really good news is that there's been a significant increase in hospital worker vaccinations in the last couple of months. And so we are today really glad to be reporting that looks like at the moment, we have an 88% vaccination rate statewide. There is variation in that. There are some places that have very high vaccination rates. UW Medicine, for example, is one that does. You can hear from Dr. Dillett about that. And some other places that have much lower vaccination rates. So there's about 12% of hospital staff across the state that are obviously not represented in that 88%. And so it's a mix of people. And some of those are partially vaccinated. So they've started their series. In order to be counted in the 88%, you have to be fully vaccinated, which means that by October 19th, you will have had 2 weeks past either your Johnson & Johnson shot or your second shot of Moderna or Pfizer. So some folks are moving down the path and they may be like a week behind in their vaccination rates. We saw that in New York and California where people got shots late in the time frame and then are now getting caught up. So we don't yet know the full impact of how many staff we will lose statewide. We think it's between 2 and 5% of hospital staff will not be able to work on October 19th, or maybe it could be a little bit later because we're going to, for folks who are partially vaccinated who gets their shots this week, for example, I think hospitals are likely to put them on leave, not terminate them, and then have them be able to come back to work as soon as they finish their vaccination series. So we probably won't know the full impact of how many hospital staff are leaving because of the vaccine requirement until early November, maybe even mid-November. We do also know, so 2 to 5% is honestly better than many of us had thought might happen, but we also know that there will be services curtailed across the state. Staffing is tight in hospitals, so any loss of staff is a big deal. And there are some places with particularly low vaccination rates that will need to curtail services. There have been considerations of closing down or really limiting outpatient services, that there'll be longer wait times for services. We could see some caps in inpatient admissions. One hospital discussed whether they might need to close their dialysis unit, some psychiatric units, et cetera. So I think hospitals are still sorting through what they might reduce or close.
More COVID news. Almost 92% of state workers have reached full vaccination for COVID-19 as required by the governor's mandate. The Office of Financial Management released figures on Monday showing the increase in vaccinations has been rapid since the governor announced the requirement back in August. The Department of Agriculture has the overall lowest rate of vaccination among large agencies, 79% there. The Department of Revenue has the highest vaccination rate, 99%. About 4,200 religious exemptions have been approved for state workers. 428 religious exemptions have been denied. Highway 2 will be closed late Friday. Work continues on the West Kashmir Bridge replacement project. Chelan County says there will be a one-lane bypass road at Hay Canyon for highway traffic from 9:30 Friday night until 5:30 on Saturday morning. A Washington State Patrol trooper will be on site to serve as the flagger at the bypass. Work on the bridge this week has included the continued placement of girders over the Wenatchee River. The $25.5 million bridge construction will replaces the 91-year-old bridge that was deemed unsafe. A former smoke shop worker pled guilty to conspiracy to sell cannabis on Monday and now has to serve 60 days on electronic home monitoring. 36-year-old Ahmed Sarama was arrested in a sting operation in April of 2018, selling almost $800 worth of cannabis vape oil out of his SUV. Sarama worked at Nazman Tobacco in the Wenatchee Valley Mall. He conducted the sales apparently in the parking lot. Now, conspiracy to deliver cannabis is a Class C felony. The State Liquor and Cannabis Control Board revoked the tobacco shop's license over the incident, but the store has since been licensed to a new owner. And finally, Friday, the last day to visit Omi Gardens, one of the crown jewels here in north central Washington before its seasonal closure. The popular gardens on the north edge of the Wenatchee Valley reopened this spring. It was closed all of 2020 because of the pandemic. There was one unscheduled closure back in July. You remember the Red Apple Fire briefly threatened Omi Gardens, and level 3 evacuation notices were issued there. But if you haven't been to the gardens yet this year, you got until Friday. That's the last day to visit. And that's what's making headlines. At just about 18 minutes after the hour, the news will come your way at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 10 o'clock on television, available on our YouTube page and our Facebook page and our homepage. And with the preview of tonight's evening news, the anchor, Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, get ready for some chilly temperatures today and tomorrow with rain moving in by the weekend. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom has results from last night's high school sports action, as well as the latest on the Major League Baseball playoffs. That and all the day's news coming your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thank you, Grant. Yeah, don't forget, you're not locked into those times. If you want to watch the news at your convenience, we'll have it up and running on our Facebook page, on our homepage, and on our YouTube page at just about 5 o'clock tonight. At the bottom of your screen are the ways you can get a hold of us via our Facebook page, via our homepage, or via our email address, news@ncwlife.com. When we come back, highlights from the very first Seattle Kraken game in franchise history, plus highlights of the baseball playoffs, and we'll talk about prep sports as well. We got sports, the obscure holiday, today in history, celebrity birthdays, an opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and Make a Difference Day coming up on this Winning Wednesday. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
I'm Jenny Rojanasatian, and this is Guada TV. Every week we will be bringing you a first look at North Central Washington business, tech, and education news. You'll hear from local influencers and innovators who live right here in the Valley. Together, we'll discuss hot topics, current events, and resources that can support your business, our schools, and this community. Join me every week, and let's get inspired.
20 minutes after the hour, the very first game in Seattle crack into history in Las Vegas got underway to a rough start. Last night, the Golden Knights raced out to a 3-0 lead halfway through the second period, but Seattle, they came back thanks to the first goal in Kraken history, and here it is.
Back to even strength. Dunn scored. Dunn walking in, shot, glove save, loose score! Ryan Donato has the first goal in Seattle Kraken history, and it's a 3-1 game.
What's going on with Pete DeBoer, or whether he was just trying to find some momentum right back.
Eberle in front, McCann is in the net! I believe Schwartz got a piece of that. If he didn't, it went off the skate of a Golden Knight. Marchessault tries to make a move, but it turns over to Geekie. Geekie, quick shot, score! Holy shnikey! What a snipe by Geekie!
And he's done really good here in game one.
Stone. Stevenson, it's in the net! It's a good goal! And the Knights have the lead back. 2-1. That is it.
Despite losing their very first game, head coach Dave Haxtell says there's lots to be hopeful about.
You know, a lot of ups and downs through the game tonight. We made some mistakes that cost us, but we also did a lot of really good things. And, you know, getting down 3-0 in this building, being able to push back, to get it back to even. I think it says a lot about our group in terms of them sticking together, believing and making plays. But it's disappointing to not come away with the 2 points.
As you saw, Jared McCann and Morgan Geekie also found the back of the net for Seattle. They will go for their first ever franchise victory. Tomorrow night, they'll be in Nashville to take on the Predators. The Dodgers kept their season alive last night, a 7-2 victory over the Giants in beautiful Los Angeles, California. LA have been shut out twice so far in the series. Mookie Betts made sure that wasn't going to happen again.
Have had traffic all game. That ball's driven into right field. Bryant turns and runs. Mookie Betts! 2-run blast! 4-0 Dodgers.
Well, after losing a chance in the inning prior with the bases loaded, sometimes you look at that as, boy, we lost our biggest chance, but right away, the next inning, Mookie Betts delivers.
His 4th career postseason home run, the former MVP. Or a jolt to deep right center.
It seemed inevitable that series would go to a 5th and deciding game, and they will tomorrow night in San Francisco. Of course, the American League Championship Series, it's a done deal now. Houston is in for the 5th consecutive time, blasting the White Sox. 10-1 in the Windy City. Jose Altuve put the capper on the game with a 3-run home run at the top of the 9th. After that, well, good night, Chicago.
Bouncing ball to the right side. Altuve's got it. They'll throw to first. For a 5th consecutive season, the Houston Astros are headed to the American League Championship Series. Something done by only 2 franchises in Major League history. It is 5 consecutive trips to baseball's Final Four.
Game 1 between the Red Sox and the Houston, Friday night in Houston, and you can watch that on Fox. Atlanta awaits the winner of the Dodgers and the Giants. They beat Milwaukee 5-4 to take its National League Division Series. Freddie Freeman provided the game winner in the bottom of the 8th.
Thanks much, Ernie. 2 down in the 8th. Freddie Freeman with the Brewers in a shift. It's a fly ball to center field. Lorenzo Cain going back at the wall. Freddie Freeman's left the yard and put the Braves on top in the bottom of the 8th. With a solo shot to left center, they lead it 5-4 in Game 4 of the NLDS. Freddie Freeman and the Atlanta Braves are heading to the National League Championship Series.
Game 1 of the National League Championship Series is Saturday at a large city on the coast of California. We just don't know which one yet. Okay, to the Les Schwab Prep Girls Soccer scoreboard from last night. Eastmont blasting Moses Lake 6-1. That moves them out a little more in the lead for the Big 9 title. Wenatchee blanked Eisenhower to keep pace with the Wildcats. They knocked off the Cadets 2-0. Ellensburg beating Ephrata 7-0. Chelan setting out Cascade 2-0. Kashmir clobbered Omak 11-0. Quincy walloped Warden in girls soccer 9-1. Pateras bettered Bridgeport 2-1. Tenaska mauling Manson 11-0. Okanagan over Brewster 5-1. This is a big soccer match we're going to have for you on Saturday afternoon here on the NCW Live Channel. The Wenatchee Panthers host the West Valley Rams 1 o'clock. Lee Boffield at the Apple Bowl. Sebastian Moraga and John Springer with the action. Pre-game at 12:45. Les Schwab Prep Girls Volleyball scoreboard from last night. Wenatchee swept 3 sets from Eisenhower. They are leading the Big 9. Ephrata beat East Valley of Yakima 3-0. Chelan swept Cascade. Brewster beat Tenaska 3-0. Wilson Creek took down Bridgeport. Cascade Christian over Soap Lake. Pateras edged Moses Lake Christian. Wenatchee, the Panthers celebrate homecoming on Friday night. We will be there live right here on the NCW Life Channel. Grant Olson and Eric Kuntz with the call. Pregame 6:30, kickoff 7 o'clock. Lee Boffield Field at the Apple Bowl. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Wednesday, the 13th day of October. Today is National No Bra Day. I'm not wearing my bra, and if you're a woman and you want to help the fight against breast cancer, this is the day you are supposed to 86 the bra. Now, if you just have to wear a bra, the other thing you're supposed to do, if you just have to wear the bra, is wear purple. Of course, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the statistics are sobering, to say the least. 1 out of every 8 women in this country will be diagnosed with breast cancer sometime during her lifetime. Almost 3 million breast cancer survivors are out there as we speak this morning. Breast cancer is the second leading cause of death among women in this country. Only heart disease is higher. Breast cancer is the number 1 diagnosed cancer in women today, and it's estimated that 300,000 women each year will be diagnosed with breast cancer. So, National No Bra Day is an observance of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which is the month of October. Again, if you have to wear a bra, then wear somewhere on your outfit today in your wardrobe the color purple. Either one works. National No Bra Day today. 28 minutes after the hour. Today in history, here's a bunch of old white guys standing out of the steps, just kind of hanging around there. That's the International Meridian Conference. They had to figure this thing out. October 13th, 1884, 137 years ago today. The equator has always separated the northern hemisphere from the southern hemisphere. It was pretty simple. We have the equator, northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere. But somewhere we have to decide what's going to decide the western hemisphere from the eastern hemisphere. There has to be a prime meridian that goes this way. Where's it going to be? So the International Meridian Conference got together. They fought, they kicked, they screamed. Germany, France, where's it going to be? Where are we going to put it? The prime meridian, and they said, well, we'll put it at the Greenwich Observatory in England, because it's got to go somewhere. There was a lot of pressure to establish a prime meridian because, well, for worldwide navigation purposes, you got to figure out where the heck you are at any one time, and also railway timetables. By this time, of course, railroads were dominant in transportation, and railroads went a lot faster than a horse did, so it was important to figure out where the heck you were. So there you go. Those guys decided that the Greenwich Observatory in England would be the prime meridian. There you go. The World Series, the very first World Series, came to an end on this date. It was a best-of-9 affair back in those days. October 13th, 1903, 118 years ago today, the Boston Red Sox win the very first World Series. They defeated the Pittsburgh Pirates in game number 8. The Red Sox were the dominant team in baseball in the early days, and then they fell, of course, on a long, long streak of not being able to win anything. The World Series has been played every year since 1903 through wars, depressions, you name it, with 2 exceptions. The very next year, 1904, when the National League champion New York Giants flat out just refused to play the American League champions because, well, you don't want to know. And, of course, 1994, the strike. The World Series, the very first World Series, came to an end on this date 118 years ago today. Speaking of the World Series, this is the 50th anniversary of a milestone day in World Series. It's hard to wrap your head around this now, today. We look back on with incredulity that every World Series game before this date in 1950 was always played in the day. Always. They were always day games. The very first night game in World Series history was played 50 years ago today on October 13th, 1971, Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh came back to win the game, by the way, 4-3. Every World Series game since Game 7 of the 1987 World Series has been played at night. They need to move some of the weekend games to the day so the kids can understand the importance and the majesty and the greatness that is the World Series, America's greatest sporting event. And 49 years ago today, the plane went down. We'll talk about this a couple of times. Uruguayan Air Force Flight 571 crash lands into the Andes Mountains. 28 survived the crash. 18 would die over the next few months. 16 eventually lived because, well, you know what happened. They crashed on October 13th. They were found on December 23rd. With 16 still around, we will revisit this flight in a couple of months. You've seen the movie, I'm sure. 32 minutes after the hour, birthdays. Paul Simon is 80 years old today. One half of Simon & Garfunkel, the writing half of Simon & Garfunkel. Maybe it should be like 3/4 of it. Two-time inductee into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a member of Simon & Garfunkel in 1990 and as a solo artist in 2001. Paul Simon really hasn't been doing much of anything. Getting together with our Garfunkel now and again. We want to wish a happy 80th birthday to one of America's great songwriters, Paul Simon. Maria Cantwell has a very interesting claim to fame. Of course, she was elected to the United States Senate back in the year 2000, narrowly defeating Slade Gordon, and then she has easily won re-election each year since. Maria Cantwell is 63 years old today. Her counterpoint, Patty Murray, turned 71 yesterday. Maria Cantwell is the most senior junior senator. She's been in the United States Senate for 20 years, but as long as Patty Murray, who is the senior senator from this state, stays in office, she will be the most senior junior senator, if that makes sense, in the United States Senate. She's 63 years old today. And the greatest player in the history of the National Football League, Jerry Rice, is 59 years old. He was voted that by the NFL in 2010 as the greatest player in history. He holds over 100 NFL records by far more than anybody else in the history of professional football. Happy 59th to Jerry Rice. A quick break, an opinion from Mike Mad Dog McDonough. Then I had a chance to sit down with Barbara Harris and Mary Henson. They are the coordinators of Make a Difference Day. It's 1 week from Saturday. Start thinking about your project. Barbara and Mary will help you along. That interview coming up. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on this Winning Wednesday. Winning Wednesday. Don't forget, a pair of tickets to the VIP Lounge. In fact, here you go. A pair of tickets to the VIP Lounge. That, of course, is the 21 and over theater at the Gateway out in Old Station. Got to be at least 21. You got to be a VIP, which is everybody. Employees of Solion Broadcasting, their immediate families are not eligible. Sorry, Uriah. If you don't enter, you can't win. One entry per email address, please. One entry per email address. And you don't even have to use the tickets this weekend. You can use them anytime between now and May of next year. I'll do the drawing at 10 o'clock this morning. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere is your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue. We are your one-stop bar and grill, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Hi, Justin here, owner of Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere. Looking for a fun night out? Join us at Club Crow. We have live bands to rock the night away, comedy to make you laugh, and if that's not enough, we have poker every Monday and Wednesday night. Club Crow in Cashmere has it all. Check out our Facebook event page for dates and times. Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere, the coolest place in town.
Counterplay inside, picking his way back to the 10, to the 5.
High school sports is back, and NCW Life Channel's got you covered. Tune in for football, girls soccer, and volleyball right here. Thanks to our sponsors, Charter College, Confluence Health, Diggs Heating and Air Conditioning, and Global Car Care. Follow all the action of high school sports on your local TV station, the NCW Life Channel.
14, they come back.
In a world afraid of technology, one man, one show will bring you the newest innovations that may just change your life. This summer, Ray McNeil and your Weekly Tech Update is your Weekly Tech Update with Ray McNeil.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Yes, it's me. It's my husband. I think is there something the matter with him?
It was a feeling that I'll never forget, like being able to meet them and know that he survived. Okay, tell me what's happening. Is he conscious?
No, he's not. He's not.
Okay, take a deep breath for me. I'm getting you help.
Rivercom means to me that I still have my husband here with me. They're the ones that guided me through saving his life.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
When I was about 16, I got in a relationship. He hit me for the first time in front of his daughter. He physically abused me in front of my children. I couldn't do it no more. Sage was there for me when I needed them. I didn't hear a lecture from them. I didn't hear anything, but just acceptance. And that's what I needed at the time. And they help you with everything that you need to move on in life and heal.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, I recently saw a tourism ad for Seattle. You know, those ads that promote a city, a state, telling you how great it is to visit. So it's so great that you need to come and spend all your money. You know what ad I'm talking about. Well, this ad was basically telling you that Seattle was clean and safe, and it ended by saying something like, come to Seatown. Seatown? I have the feeling that the city of Seattle is trying to improve its image, and I'd have to say, Seattle's image needs improving. I don't think I need to go into a lot of detail about that, but Seattle is not the city it was when Rosie and I were living there back in the late 70s. And calling themselves Seatown? This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
Things have changed in the motorsports industry. Short supply and high demand have emptied showrooms. But what hasn't changed are the experts at Doghouse Motorsports. They are here to help you reserve the machine of your choice. Stop by and check out the latest 2022 Husqvarna motorcycles, UBCO, and Intense electric vehicles, and other new additions to the Doghouse Motorsports family of high-quality products.
Over the last year and a half, the industry's absolutely changed, but the Doghouse is still your best option for all your power sports needs.
Think premium can't be capable? Think again. Introducing the first ever AT4 lineup. Premium and capable. That's professional grade from GMC.
The Clearwater Saloon and Casino is the perfect place to meet in East Wenatchee. The Old West theme takes you back in time with casino gambling and poker tables. And now you can play the best games on or off the tables. Stop by and check out the new game room. All your favorite games and extended late night hours makes the Clearwater your best bet for a great time. And if time slips away having so much fun, stay the night next door at the Cedars Inn. It's all here nightly at the Clearwater Saloon and Casino in East Wenatchee.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units. Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on a gorgeous fall morning. We are here outside the patio at the local Event Center at the Pybus Puppet Market. Once again, Make a Difference Day is returning. They had a little COVID issues last year, but the show must go on. This year, it's pretty much pedal to the metal, and the two organizers, now in their second year, taking over from Margie and Laurel, Barbara, I'll let you introduce yourself and your cohort to our television audience.
Okay, I'm Barbara Harris, and I'm one of the co-coordinators, and this here is Mary Henson, and we volunteer because we like what the community does every October on the fourth week.
Now, we did interview you last year at about this time as you took over from Margie and Laurel. They had a little bit they helped you out here and there on certain things, but for the most part, you were pretty much on your own. Now you're a year into it. What did you learn from last year being your first year of coordinating this? Because this is a huge undertaking for both of you. I'll let either one of you tackle that. What did you learn from last year?
I think for me, the biggest part was the fact that this community makes it happen regardless of what's going on. I think we had a lot of people, ask, hey, COVID's happening. What are we going to do for Make a Difference Day? And we said, well, the same thing we do every day. We're going to go and make a difference. And so I think it was a good year for me personally to start because I could see just what the community can accomplish. And so we did some great things last year that we're going to hang on to. So we did a drive-through donation drop-off here at the market in the plaza space, which worked awesome. So we're going to do that again for people. It makes it really easy for them to come, drop a load of goodies for everybody, and then kind of continue on their day or go off to another project to help out. So I think it was a really good learning experience. We're still rusty. We're still trying to, figure it out and relying heavily on Laurel and Margie's expertise. But this community always does something, and even the people who are new just jump right in and are just ready to hit the ground running. So
and let's go ahead and refresh those people's memories. After years and years of saying we're never going to do this again, Laurel and Margie kept coming back and doing it, and they finally said, okay, that's it, we need new blood. So how did you, and I'll let Barbara handle this one, how did you two get hornswoggled into taking this project over?
Well, I went hiking with Laurel, and I told her that I wanted to be more involved in the community, and I was interested in what she was doing. And then I went to a meeting. I was invited to a meeting at Pybus as they discussed it. And then they said, hey, why are you here? And I'm like, just learning what you guys are doing. And then they invited me to join on for this. And I guess my look told them maybe they ought to ask somebody else. And they knew this great person, Mary, who would want to join up. So I went home and thought about it and decided to do it.
No regrets?
No, it's a little bit of a struggle during it because we have things that go wrong with, the websites and whatnot, snafus to work through, things fall through sometimes. But at the end of the day, when you see all those projects, you can't walk away from that. It's just amazing what the community does, and they do it with, free will. They go for it, and then we have so many different types of projects that you might not be interested in one thing, but really interested in something else. And it's just nice to see what happens.
And what's going to happen on Saturday the 23rd is hopefully everybody in North Central Washington, the Wenatchee Valley, are going to get out and participate and Make a Difference Day. Now, some of these projects have been around almost since Make a Difference Day began all those many years ago. And every year they're always bringing in some new blood. I checked the website, close to 30 projects up and running that are scheduled and good to go. Some of the newer projects that have not been a part of Make a Difference Day, maybe they've been around a little bit, nonprofit or what have you, but they're actually throwing their hat into the Make a Difference Day ring. You want to start with some of the newer projects that people might not be familiar with?
Well, I do know that there is the dog and cat collection thing. So what people don't understand is that or maybe some people do, but during COVID, a lot of people went out and adopted cats and dogs. And now that the isolation is over, some of those animals return to shelters. And so they have a high need right now, and they have a high need for wet kitten food. And I own a kitten, and I know it's very hard to find wet kitten food now, don't know why. But they need that, dog toys, and then, of course, the normal cat and dog supplies. So we're going to have that for both of them, joining up and then dividing out the thing. And there are plenty of different types of food donation things, and also down on number 2 Canyon, they're going to try to fill a dumpster using pickup trucks out there, laboring hard just to clean up the neighborhoods, because we had fires and there's rubbish and such all around. So they just want to make the community nice.
Yeah, some of it is just spending a little bit of time. Other it, yeah, a little back muscle, some shovels, some gloves, some picks, some axes, but that's all part of it. And then some of the classics are coming back as well. I know Rotary has been in this every year, and Pete Van Well and his crew, they're doing something, right?
Yeah, they are actually going to do dinners for anybody who it does make a difference day, and you don't feel like cooking afterwards. You can pre-order these dinners, and part of the proceeds go to End Polio Now, which Rotary International is really passionate about ending polio worldwide. So this is a great way to have a meal already prepared for you, and it helps out worldwide.
And we'll talk to Pete Van Well about that as Make a Difference Day gets closer. Other things that pop into your head that are in every year and they're back again, bigger and better than ever.
Yeah, the camps, Lake Wenatchee, they're doing I think it's the YMCA camp cleanup. There's another camp for the Campfire Girls. They're going to be doing a camp cleanup. So if you want to spend a day in a beautiful space and maybe do a little work, you can do that. I know Laurel missed one of the camp cleanups last year and said, that's what I want to do. I've done so many of these classic projects, but that's the one I haven't done.
And if I remember correctly, both the Y Camp on the North Shore of Lake Wenatchee and Camp Zanikalachi on the South Shore, they'll put you up too. I mean, they'll you get to sleep in one of the cool cabins and get them all winterized and ready to go. It's a great way to spend a beautiful fall weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing that I think we're seeing this year too is projects keep rolling in. So we really want to encourage anybody in the community to keep checking the website and keep looking, because even this morning I've had requests from groups saying, it's coming up, what can we do, or can we still put a project in? And so there's going to be more that happens, and even a bigger list. I know when I was talking to my 5-year-old, she said, Mom, what can I do? Wait, I'll write a letter to my friend. So I might even post that as like a Kara's project. Write a letter to your friend today to make a difference. So if you don't want to do one of these big ones, you've got a chance to do a small little thing to make a difference.
And Mary, you brought up a very important point, and we need to stress this. You don't have to do anything that's even associated with Make a Difference Day. Yeah, if you want to go to the website and check out a project and say, I'll help these people and do that. If you just want to go out and rake your neighbor's leaves or check in on an elderly neighbor perhaps, or anything counts towards Make a Difference Day. It doesn't have to be one of the organized activities, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. And we love to hear about it too. So we love people, if you're not doing one of the large projects, pop on Facebook, tag our Make a Difference Day website or our Facebook page, and we want to share your stories, we want to share your photos and hear about what you've done that day, and or even anytime this month to make a difference. We love those stories.
And throughout Make a Difference Day week leading up to Saturday the 23rd, we'll be profiling various projects. We plan to go up to Orondo to the Horse Rescue Ranch there. They do great work, and it's fun to see the horses as well. And we'll be profiling some other projects as well. Quick shout out to our friends at Cherry Creek Media. They've been doing the Coats for Kids things for years. That's back on again. Any other? I don't want to leave anybody out, but now that I'm starting to mention some, I suppose we should mention a couple more.
Yeah, Days for Girls. They provide items for girls so they can actually go to school. I mean, just simple healthcare things. Stop them from attending school. So they take fabric and make items for them. So.
Yeah. And the Foster Creek Conservatory is doing some replanting and working on some of the areas that have been damaged by the forest. So they're doing, or the forest fires, and so they're doing some restorative work and things like that as well. There's just tons.
And we're here at Pybus for a specific reason. Talk about what's going to be here on Saturday the 23rd, as where we're sitting at and all over the Pybus. This is going to be the central area because. Well, it is. But what's going to be happening here at Pybus on the 23rd?
So on the 23rd at Pybus, we're going to have from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock our drive-through donation kind of roundabout on the plaza. So if you look on the website, any of the projects that have a donation collection at Pybus, you'll see that marked. And we'll have an area in the little kind of roundabout for people to do some drop-offs. But at the same time, we're going to have some booths and some groups. I know the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council is going to be setting up a table to talk about their green bag program. If you want to help, collect food through the year, they'll have sign-up sheets available for you. I believe the Red Cross is going to be here. There's going to be a couple of different info booths for people to get more information about people who are doing stuff throughout the whole year and making a difference in our community all around they want some more help with. So
it's funny because the very first Make a Difference Day was a leap day, and it was a USA Today Gannett newspaper promotion. Said, why waste the 29th day of February when you can do something nice for your community? And it kind of has snowballed from that. A lot of communities, Make a Difference Day has kind of just sort of petered out and whatever, it's gone now. It's like it had a shelf life. It's not the case here, is it?
No.
Did not, in fact, if anything, it grew.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. And we keep having, people, even before we start the really hardcore work of organizing, we have people asking us, hey, Make a Difference Day is coming up. So what's the deal? Can you give us the heads up? There's organizations that they literally plan this in their calendar year to make it a part of what we do. And I think that's awesome. I've had and looked at different groups, around the area who, especially last year, I had folks reach out to me to say, hey, we're from Oregon or California, we're not doing it this year, or are you? And we were like, yeah, why not? Why would we stop? It seems like a more important year to do it. So yeah, I think it's just continuing to build ground, and we want to make sure that the general public knows it. You don't have to do this big giant project, or you don't have to be this big giant organization to come up with a project either. If you have a great idea, put it on the website. You never know who would join you, or even if you want to say, hey, yeah, let's meet at Pybus and walk the trail and pick up some trash. Do that. You might have 3 or 4 friends who come join you. So.
And I think maybe Barbara is a telling example of why Make a Difference Day has continued to grow and thrive here in the Wenatchee Valley, because you said, I'm here in the community, I want to be more involved.
Right.
And now here you are, more involved.
Right, yeah, more involved than I thought. But one thing that I really like about Make a Difference is that it doesn't matter like what social status you are. I mean, if you have time, you can go do a work project. If you want to donate goods and you're like, well, gee, I don't have any extra money, go look in your cupboards and your old clothes that you're not using anymore, or maybe you have an extra blanket that you end up not using, or maybe you have food in your shelf that's about ready to expire, it's not expired, and you know you're not going to use it. Take it out, send it out. I mean, there's just so many different ways to help out. It doesn't matter who you are.
We've mentioned the website 8 million times, so we'll close out with the website because that's the be-all, end-all. And you can submit projects, you can pick a project, you can do all kinds of different things, steer people to the World Wide Web to WenatcheeMKDD.com. It's as simple as that.
Simple as that.
What I Googled is Wenatchee Make a Difference Day, and it popped right up.
Yep.
I did Wenatchee Mad, and I got Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Another fine organization, but we won't get into that. Mary and Barbara, thanks for spending some time with us. We appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Again, September 23rd, Saturday, September 23rd, right here at Pybus. October. I said September. October 23rd. Here at the Pybus Public Market is the central gathering area, but you can go to the website, pick out any project you want, submit projects. We don't care. Make a Difference Day is back again, thanks to these 2 lovely ladies and you folks who make it happen, all right? You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chair on the other side. You can lift this up.
want that one. I would like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. Fieldstone Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The Fieldstone team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to Fieldstone.
Come on, I'm a certified technician. I was trained to take good care of you.
9. I've only been to the dealer.
I've been coming here for years. These guys are great.
Look around. The BMW, the Jag, the Volvo, they're all waiting for regular service. Well, the BMW has a little computer issue, but that's nothing we can't handle. Come on in.
From regular maintenance to computer troubleshooting, trust the Global Car Care technicians with your import, diesel-powered, or domestic vehicle. Global Car Care. They speak your car's language.
Dankeschön.
Welcome to Crunch Pack, the #1 supplier of sliced apples and a premier employer in the Wenatchee Valley. We are looking to add new members to our Crunch Pack team. We offer full-time work with great benefits in a safe environment with fantastic people. As a part of the Crunch Pack family, you'll find a home that's all about helping you thrive and succeed. Come see what Crunch Pack can do for you. Apply today at 300 Sunset Highway in Cashmere or online at crunchpack.com.
3 minutes to go on this Wednesday, the 13th day of October. One last reminder, it's Winning Wednesday. You have until 10 o'clock this morning to get your entries in. That's the deadline. Winner at ncwlife.com. It's an email-only contest. Winner at ncwlife.com. One entry per email address. If you have more than one email address, you can enter more than once, but you can't enter over and over and over and over again on the same email address. We keep track of these things. Again, it's a pair of tickets to the VIP Lounge, 21 and over. Big, comfortable chairs. They recline. It's the only way to watch a movie, so you have to be at least 21 to win it. No minors, so if you work in a mine, you can't win it. You have to be a VIP. Employees of SALOON Broadcasting, local telecommunications, and their immediate families are not eligible. Sorry, Austin. If you don't enter, you can't win. And I'll do the drawing at 10 o'clock. And one more reminder, you don't have to use them this weekend. In fact, I look at the movies that are playing this weekend at the VIP Lounge. It's the new James Bond movie. That's kind of interesting. But you don't have to use these. They don't expire until May of next year. You got lots of time. Winner at ncwlife.com. Okay, the weather. It's chilly. It's 39 degrees outside of our studios. We got all the way down to 32 yesterday. We almost set a record. And it's still chilly, and it's going to be chilly for the next couple of days. But we are going to see some sunshine today and tomorrow. And a little bit on Friday. By Friday afternoon is when another little system comes through. It's a bit of a trade-off. The temperatures are going to warm back up to above average by Saturday and Sunday, but we're going to see a few more clouds and a little bit more rain. So very autumnal-like, all things considered, but there's no real pattern of lengthy weather where everything's going to be pretty much the same. That's not going to be the case. Every day is going to be a little bit different from the National Weather Service. Let's look at it in detail. So sunshine again today, only 54. If you just joined us, we only got to 53 yesterday. Our normal high this time of the year is 63. It was a chilly day. 54 today, so kind of like yesterday. Maybe a little more sunshine. It's also going to be a little windy at times today. 36 for the overnight low, another cool one tonight. You'll wake up with some frost on your grass on Thursday morning. It will melt away. We'll get up to about 57 for the afternoon high. No wind in the forecast on Thursday. So areas of frost in the early morning hours, and that's all you have to deal with there. Friday, a little bit warmer still. Saturday, warmer still, but then we start talking about a little bit of rain for the Wenatchee Valley. Friday afternoon, Saturday morning, and a better chance of rain on Sunday, but the temperatures will warm up to above normal. And then we go right back to Monday and Tuesday, which is the beginning of the week. That's it for us. Have yourself a great Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.